I appreciate the questions so much. And a lot of what I do is coming from more than 10 years of researching, trial and error, and working very closely with my healthcare providers and especially my nephrologist, who he's been my nephrologist for more than 20 years, ever since I was 15 years old. I love the fact that you put your collagen and protein in your coffee. It's so funny because that is exactly what I do. When I drink my coffee in the morning, every now and then, I do put my collagen peptides, a little bit of turmeric, and some good quality butter, right? And that's just a great way of getting those super ingredients into your system throughout the day with something that you love, like coffee, right? Now, when it comes to creatine, before I wasn't taking creatine at all, and I wasn't really working out or exercising, but once I started to do dialysis at home and I regained my energy and my vitality, right? I started to look into creatine and just how important this is. Not just for building muscle, but for the rest of the body, especially your brain, because creatine is created also in the brain. It helps the mind and the whole system to stay sharp. And when you build muscle, it helps you to build lean muscle and have energy. Creatine is so good for the rest of the organs and just overall, again, the system to function properly. So I definitely would recommend putting creatine into your routine. But before you do that, again, speak to your healthcare providers and talk to your nephrologist before trying anything, because everyone is so different, right? Everyone is so unique and takes medications or is on something that might affect it. I don't know that personally, so that's why I always recommend working with your healthcare providers. Again, there are warnings when you take creatine that if you're on a certain medication or if you have effects with your liver, your kidneys, or blood sugar, that you really need to be careful with that. I remember when I spoke to my nephrologist, he said that it was okay and we'll watch your labs just to make sure that everything is balanced. But in the meantime, do work out, right? You want to work out because you don't want to take a lot of creatine if you're not exerting your muscles, if you're not actually exercising, right? It might be different for other people, but again, always consult with your healthcare providers. Got to reiterate that, always. Now let's just cover beets real quick. I love this superfood because it is very beneficial and so good for blood flow, and so you don't feel fatigued. One thing that happens to us as dialysis patients is when we're done with our treatment, there are times that we're super fatigued and just have low energy. So incorporating powdered beets, whether it's or beets as the vegetable in juice form, that is great for just the vascular system and just overall health, to increase the oxygen intake inside of your cells. Now, when it comes to drinking beets, especially in powdered form, you don't need a lot. Just one little scoop, 1 teaspoon, or no more than 1 tablespoon is more than enough, especially for someone that is doing treatment. Because if you do too much, then you start getting into high potassium levels. But just like 1 scoop, you're in the range of 50 to about 70 milligrams of potassium, which is not extremely high. Again, read the labels, and anytime you're making a smoothie or you're using any type of supplement or product, you want to know exactly how much potassium or phosphorus or sodium, whatever it is that you're more concerned of. For me, it's always potassium, because that one to me, I guess is the most dangerous. The other ones I can control better with my medication and, everything else. But again, potassium and everything else that you put into your smoothies and whatever drink that you make, you just want to be aware of that. But just a little scoop of beet powder, the benefits of that and what it does to your blood and your body, it outweighs the risk. Incorporate beets, do your research, work with your dietitian, and see if this is a superfood that you can put into your daily routine also. Because, for me, I know when I have it, I do feel and it makes a difference, right? And the way that I use beets, because the powdered beets by themselves, it could be a bit bitter or amargo, right? The taste of it is a little bit harsh. So I love to mix my beets or my powdered beets into my power shake or my daily fiber blend. Those three together, the power shake or the liquid sunshine with daily fiber blend with the caramel apple and the beets together, it gives it such an amazing taste that it's enjoyable. Like, I look forward to it and my body just thanks me because you feel like you're being nourished, right? You feel good when you're drinking that cold, dark green, reddish drink of all that mixture together. And again, finding little hacks that you can do, like making a smoothie that is just jam-packed with nutrition, superfoods to just help your labs, to help your energy, help your system function better, and putting those superfood ingredients into your coffee. That's another great idea. So big shout out to you for doing that and just figuring that out for yourself. A lot of the times people don't tell us this. So when you figure it out or you find somebody else that's doing something similar to what you're doing, it's just amazing to know that great minds think alike, right? And she mentioned something that is very true. You want to be able to limit your liquids. So if you could limit your liquids and your superfoods when you're taking them, like putting your ingredients into your coffee or into your smoothies, so then you don't drink another drink on top of the stuff that you've already ingested throughout the day, it will help you to limit the amount of fluid, so then you don't get that fluid overload, right? And then you have to go through all the stress and it just horrible sensations and feelings of the machine trying to suck all that out of you. Because once that happens, you're stressing out your heart and you're also you're risking those horrible cramps, which you don't want. You don't want to experience cramping, especially on dialysis. So thank you so much again for your questions and tapping in. If you have any other comments or questions, definitely DM me or tap in with me. I would love to answer them or collab. And again, thank you so much. Let's continue the motion. Let's continue to flow, right?